Hi, friends. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm Christiana Gaudette. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. And I am here today, as we do every Thursday, with the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap. Do you get Tarot Topics in your inbox? If you don't, you can remedy that. Just go to my website, christianagaudette.com or tarotbychristiana.com, hit the button for newsletter. You can read past issues and you can subscribe. We do a different topic each week. This week's topic is, but do you talk to your friends like that? Self-talk. It's so important. We talk to ourselves more than we talk to anybody else. And so often we talk to ourselves in mean ways we would never talk to other people. So that's what I want to speak about today. Before we get there, let me first of all just say hi to all of you. So nice to see you. A special shout out to Claire C. for the super chat. Thank you so much. Claire is a member of this channel. That means that she makes a monthly contribution, as do all our members. And you know who the members are because their names are in green. So a special shout out to all the members. And we just got a super sticker that comes to Clairvoyance, who is also a member here. So thank you so much. Thank you for your membership. And thank you for supporting this broadcast. I appreciate all of you for being here. You can also support this channel by hitting like on this video, by subscribing if you have not already subscribed. Now, just a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, tonight, we have our members only live stream. If you are a member of this channel at any level, that would be aces, stars, suns, any level, you can come to this event 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. We're doing a deep dive into spiritual readings. That means mediumship, communication with spirit, magical advice, all that good stuff. We will do your readings and we will share technique. So you get a reading and you also learn some advanced tarot technique. That is for members only. The members who cannot make it in person, that's okay. You can watch the replay. So if you were on the fence about whether or not you wanted to become a member, now would be a good time because then you can get in on that tonight. Now, for everybody, at 8:15 Eastern time, so 15 minutes after this broadcast ends, I'm going to be hopping over to Instagram, where I'm going to be on Nancy Sage Shadow. That's Nancy Hendrickson. I'm going to be on her Instagram live with her doing an AMA, Ask Me Anything, about being a pro tarot reader. So if you're not on Instagram, this doesn't apply to you. If you are on Instagram, make sure you follow me at Christiana Tarot, and make sure you follow Nancy at Nancy Sage Shadow, and make sure you're there to catch the live at 8:15 tonight. So be with me here if you're a member from 7 to 8. And then whether or not you're a member of this channel, if you are on Instagram, be with us on Instagram Live starting at 8:15. That's all Eastern time. All right. That's the housekeeping for today. Thank you so much for being here. And I really appreciate people coming in with their questions. So let's just get right to it, shall we? The first question I see is from Karen Winkle. Karen's a member of this channel. Thank you so much for that. What am I telling myself that I need to stop telling myself? What a great question. Oh my gosh, all the things. Part of it is like guilt from the past. Like I was bad to do that, or I was stupid to do that, or I shouldn't have done that. It's like a lot of regret stuff. Rather than just being here in the moment. And so it's poorly judging yourself in the past, which is probably erroneous. And it's also not being here in the moment. So that's something I think you could work on. Claire C., thank you for being a member here. Thank you for the super chat. How do I distinguish between negative self-talk and my intuition warning me? So negative self-talk makes you bad. And intuition warning you, like maybe you shouldn't do that. There's no judgment on that. It's not like you're bad if you do that, just maybe you shouldn't. And when we look at how you can listen to your intuition more, the thing is, you have a lot of anxiety. These things do cross over for you. Try to recognize that anxiety is the voice that screams, intuition is the voice that whispers. Try to break it together, break it apart that way. Okay, Moonlight Tarot, what is my negative self-talk? How can I get over it? Well, what I see for you, is like you recognize that you're smart, you recognize that you're capable, but you seem to let other people define you. So what other people say about you or how other people act toward you is more important to you than what you know or feel for yourself. So I think it's about making your own knowledge and your own feelings more important. That's what I would say. Mystics Haven. So today's topic is about negative self-talk and what we say to ourselves. Your question is about my daughter has moved out and I'm wondering if the living situation is beneficial for both her and I, which I'm not sure how that fits in. That might be a better question for Saturday. But, you know, when we look at both you and your daughter and what's going on in each of your heads, which is what we're talking about today, you know, the thing is, I think both of you do have a lot of negative self-talk, and that is a situation. That is a thing. And I think you have a lot of worry about your daughter, which makes her feel more negatively about herself. So I would say try to quell your anxiety about your daughter and trust that she's going to be okay, first of all, number one. And number two, I would say recognize that you probably say a lot of negative things to yourself about yourself, and that probably doesn't help you. Jean Mnuchin, thanks for being a member here. I feel that I've come a long way with this. In what areas of my life do I still need to be aware of negative self-talk? You have come a really, really long way here. And what I love, Jean, is that despite sometimes having a history of negative self-talk or even falling into it now, you'll still move forward and do what you need to do. So I would say just keep doing that. Keep doing. You know, like you can tell your negative self-talk to shut up and you keep going. Just keep doing that. That's really the key. That even though there can be that negative buzz in the background, you just go for it anyway and keep working on that. Pamela Thies, in what area and what actionable steps can I take to better my relationship with positive self-talk? Well, I think you've been working on this. You've been trying to be more fair with yourself. You've been trying to feel more secure in yourself and more comfortable in your own skin. And so I feel like you've been actually doing this. You just need to keep doing it. You also need to recognize that somehow when I look at your family history, I see some family history of that sort of like false humility or negative self-talk or negative talk toward the kids from the parents or something like that. So there's something in your family history you have to be careful about here. But overall, I think you've been doing a good job working toward your own security. And that's about, you know, affirming your talent, your skill, your ability, your worth, and just affirming those things. And I think you've been doing a good job with it. Joanne Smith, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. What can I do to see myself more positively, thus limiting the negative self-talk? That's a good one. You know, the thing is, like, you can look at all the things that you accomplish and all the things that you're good at, but that's never going to be enough to make you feel good about yourself, because you can always give a list of what you should have done better or what you could have done better or what's not good enough, because that's just your nature. You're very self-critical. So I think it's about accepting yourself. I think it's self-acceptance. Accepting yourself without judgment, that it's not about good or bad. It's not based on your skills and abilities. It's based on the fact that you are a child of the universe and you have a right to be here. It's based on the fact that it doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do. What matters is that you're here. And it's a root chakra thing too. I would say do a lot of root chakra meditation. This is good for all of us in regards to personal security. Breathe into the root chakra, send energy down into the earth. Feel grounded. Groundedness is a really important thing in this regard. Okay, Vicky, what's holding me back from positive self-talk? I think it has to do with your training as a child. I really do. That you feel uncomfortable saying good things about yourself to yourself because you weren't trained to do it. So I think you have to work on increasing your comfort level there. Von Ray, nice to see you. I seem to have a problem with this. How can I stop the negative self-talk or thinking negatively? You do have a problem with this. And Von Ray, thank you so much for being a member here. So Von Ray, I think it's about treating yourself fairly. You care very much about fairness. You care about justice in all things. You care that justice is served. Serve justice to yourself and be fair to yourself. Recognize that you yourself are worthy of fair treatment, just like everybody else is. Clumsy Clairvoyance, again, thank you for the super sticker and thank you for being a member. What tarot card or cards could I use in healing or magic from my own personal negative self-criticism? So I would say for you personally, you know, it's interesting. I just drew this and this is what came up for Von Ray, but I drew it again, justice. To treat yourself fairly, to give yourself the strength to treat yourself fairly, to find that balance within yourself where you're willing to see your flaws and work on your flaws, but your flaws don't make you bad, where you're willing to see the goodness with yourself and you're willing to be fair to yourself. That's what comes up here. Christina R., nice to see you. How can I stop the negative self-talk? I think you need to laugh at yourself more. I mean, I know in your work, you have to take your work very seriously because of, you know, if you don't, people could die. You're in medicine. But outside of that, you need to learn to laugh at yourself. I think that will help, seriously. And just laugh at life and laugh at your anxieties and just laugh more. And thank you all so much for waiting for me. I was only 2 minutes late. I thought it might have been more, but I appreciate your being willing to wait and your kind comments about that. Okay, so the next question I see, Samantha, what do I need to do in order to encourage positive self-talk? I think you have to practice it. You have to practice it the same way you'd practice a musical instrument or practice meditation or yoga. I think you should write out like positive things to say about yourself, write them out and say them, even if it feels very mechanical, and just practice that every day. And that would help. Ali Mammon, nice to see you. Could you please tell me how to stop my negative self-memory tapes and self-talk? Yeah. Well, you're right. It comes from the past, and because you've done it so often, it's become ingrained. So you're really like in a thing. I think you have to have a thing you say or do every time you catch yourself. Anytime you catch yourself in that, clap your hands. Right? Just clap your hands to dispel the energy and stop it. Oh, I'm doing it again. Don't shame yourself for it. Just shift it every time. Catch yourself every time because it's pretty ingrained in there. Horse Fan Dunn, thank you for being a member here. I'm glad you're going to be there tonight. Are other members joining us? Will you be joining us at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight? If you're a member of this channel, would really like to see you here. Okay, how do I feel more positive? Horse Fan Dunn. You know, for you, there's a physicality piece. It's important for you to move your body, to be in your body, to go out and go for a walk, even if you're just walking the perimeter of the property, to dance, to move. That will help you. The physicality helps you. Jackie Masters, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. What can I do to put my past, what can I do to move past my negative self-talk and heal? Good question. Honestly, I think it's about moving forward for you. It's about instilling positive self-talk. Don't try to get rid of the negative self-talk. Just instill positive self-talk, and that will move you forward and that will bring you healing. Much like I said to Samantha, you may have to write it out and do it very mechanically at first. Okay. Okay, La Morena. Okay, in terms of your own self-talk, Pamela says, I'm feeling called out on so many of these today. Yeah, this is the human condition. A lot of these things are going to resonate for a lot of people. A lot of people, for sure. Okay, La Morena. For you, regarding self-talk, the thing is, you go into a very intellectual place and you can be very positive about your own intellectual prowess, and that's a good thing because you have that. But you also have to feel positive about your creativity and your spirituality and the very essence of who you are, and allow yourself to be the woman that you are. That is probably the most important thing. Betty, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Is my negative self-talk linked specifically to my maternal step-grandfather? That sure is a huge freaking piece of it, my friend. If you could magically remove that, like just do ancestral work with that person and remove that person's influence, it would help so much. Okay, and thank you all so much for the positive feedback. I appreciate it. I won't read all of it aloud in the interest of time, but I do see it. Okay. From my perspective, I've answered every question. If I accidentally missed you, I'm so sorry. Please reiterate. If you haven't asked yet, please do ask now. And I will remind you, I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. I am getting some work done in the office, so I will not be having people in the office until Tuesday, but that's okay. And if you're on Instagram, I've started doing daily reels with a daily healing message, so make sure you check that out as well. So my members, I hope to see you tonight on the live stream. I hope to see everyone tonight on Instagram, 8:15, Nancy Sage Shadow. And I'll be back here tomorrow at noon with the Friday weekly wrap up. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, baby cakes. I came so far with not doing so much negative self-talk. I still do it sometimes. How can I be more positive? You have done a good job, and for you, it is very mood related. If you're in a certain mood, you'll do it. And I think if you can just acknowledge that it's a mood, like, man, I'm in a mood and this sucks and that sucks and I suck too. And just be in that mood and recognize it as a mood and nothing that's really close to your heart. I think that will help. All right, my friends, I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you all so very much.